most my days thinking if I would ever live inside the background. Now I pull strings, they had to get me another day, another man down. I pick up my shoes, I'm picking the litter, I'm pushing the limit, I pick it a slack now. The glitters ain't gold, look around where we roam through. In the land of the broken, it's a lot we was prone to. Quick ascent.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store.
Diego.
I'm with the kids like Diego.
God. Yeah, all these dummies on me go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, all these shooters on me just go, just like Diego. God. Yeah, got a dime piece with me, she gon' go just like Diego. God. Yeah, they don't play with me cause they know that I'm on go, no Diego. Solitaire. Earrings, they be shining, keep blinded. Ain't met up, yeah, I can't. Since I got rich, and she say I'm just cause I took her on the island. The money keep on piling. Talk to me, yeah. Better talk now.
We are 15 miles due west of the Atlantic, nestled in downtown Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
Smith on the return. The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run for Gibbs here. And that one blown up quickly. As he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Well, certainly not the start thing we're looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll pitch it out to Gibbs here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as it used to be, huh?
Green. Omaha.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. His throw incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41. This defense for the Jags, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Gibbs. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. Jahmyr Gibbs with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are an extra point away from drawing level.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week. Yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, 47. Here we go, go to 54, go to 54. Line. Here we go, 47. 26.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The Jaguars at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Hey, kill. 26.
Prescott off play action. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And out of bounds right around the 20. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Tucker's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports.
Texans 7.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Here comes 3rd down and 7. To throw is Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And throw incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
We're going to 54. Why?
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, kill! 47! Here we go, go to 54, go. Here we go, kill! Under. Here we go, going to 53. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 46.
Play action now, Prescott. Allen's got it complete. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go, 47. Here we go, going to 54. Why? Hey, 47. 26.
On play action, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Devontae Adams. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
A give right side for Gibbs. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Gibbs will try and pick it up. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went in and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Gibbs straight ahead. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, hold on.
Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, here's Gibbs. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him about the 43. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, kill. 47. 26.
To throw is Prescott. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown, but incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
They're going to 53. They're going to 54. Why ain't done?
Here's Prescott. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Murray now to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Going to 53. Here we go. 46.
following the interception. Here's Prescott. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Jags are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
47. Here we go, 46. Gun.
Throwing, Prescott. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Hey, Ace. 2-2.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Here we go, 46, 46.
First down, Prescott. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's good for Jacksonville.
47.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now Prescott. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left.
Here we go, 47.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's returnable now for Smith. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. First down, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Murray now. And that will be incomplete.
So it looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Prescott. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville. Prescott to throw it. Short throw to Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want
touchdown! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Tucker now for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. At their own 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Murray. This will be caught by Brown. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 12.
Murray now on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Jags are going to take over here up near the 40.
Intercepted. The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 39.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, he does have a good leg, I'll give him that, but not that good.
Not by a long shot.
Big ace. Swim. 2-2.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. 2nd and 10. On the give, here's Gibbs. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. 4th down to give to Gibbs. And he will be out of bounds well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A 68-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Let's go.
Counter play. Here's Gibbs. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. And I think he got a yard to the 41.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Hand off now to Gibbs. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20.
It's a gain of 7.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
That's good for a Jaguars.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They run with a 3rd-year man, Chuba Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
47, 46.
Once again, it's Mostert. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Easy.
Murray, one final try. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said baseball. And
hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I got shorty clean the fitness, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth but I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the fitness, I'm a diamond and to run it. First order of biz, no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. And birthday, got another hit, no flinch, and I tell them send a watch that I can fit both friends. So she on the class trying to get it.